So in the last episode, we closed off with Rob the Throb Dixon crying, saying, I'm not the villain. I ain't do nothing to none of y'all. You lied. You lied, Rob. You're on a reality show where you're supposed to talk about your life and your personal business, and you lied. You hid your husband's business. You hid his affair, which you knew would have been good fodder, actually giving you a good plot line, darn near a decade of no story. The most you've ever given us is put your finger in my face. But then you want to get on Patreon and tell your business for $6.99 a head. That's what you did. That's why you're the villain. That's why they're angry with you, because you're supposed to tell your business like they're telling their business. So that's what you did to them. That's what made you the villain. Karen got on here. You talked about her tax debt. You were supporting Giselle with the free Ray t-shirt. But now you want to sit in the car and cry. You were crying on Patreon. You was telling your business then, getting $6.99 head, didn't see no tears then. Then she gonna say, my husband don't talk about none of y'all, because your husband's not there. Your husband is a fig Newton of your imagination. Girl, you and Gabrici got men in the phone. And also, Chris Bassett gets to go on whatever podcast he wants and say whatever he wants because y'all were lying on him on the show, because Giselle said he made me feel uncomfortable and tried to paint him as some type of sexual deviant. And I'm sorry, Rob the Throb, just because Chris Bassett went on a podcast and said, I don't blame you for not sharing, but like Candace said, you were complicit in Giselle's lies about her husband. So Rob the Throb said her and Candace aren't friends anymore, and you were never friends because Rob the Throb, like any touch me not, will always be loyal to her pillow princess. Also, I don't know who put you in this confessional look, but it's just too masculine. You don't need anything with a turtleneck. Let that Adam's apple breathe, girl. But the ladies arrive at lunch and we're eating at some hole in the wall and it looks good. I can tell by the glass block. I can tell by the thin layer of grease. This is what old lady gang's supposed to be given. I can already tell them fries come in a basket and you know they're good. Oh, this is the chicken bingo. Oh, we're actually waiting for a chicken to poop. White people are interesting because I just don't think people of the world's majority would have come up with that. I think that's something very specific to a pink toe. I never wanted to play with feces. I've thought of some interesting things in my time. Never thought about playing with feces. Actually, now that I think about it, I have played puppy poop bingo, potty training his butt. But now that we're all at the restaurant crammed to this table, Mia tells Gabrice about Rob's breakdown in the car. Now, I want to know, oh, Lord, oh, God. Are you crying because your hair looks like this? Are you crying because your hair looks like this and you know it's going to be on camera? Are you crying because your husband doesn't love you? Or are you crying because we don't believe the lies that you believe? Why are you really crying, Rob the Throb? Because if you 100% don't care, then you wouldn't be shedding these tears. I cry because my head was looking like that on national television. Oh, you're crying because you think what you said on Watch What Happens Live about Juan's case got him fired. No, Juan's actions got him fired. Juan's actions, or lack thereof. So you're hurt because somebody thinks what you said got your husband fired rather than your husband's lack of actions, lack of protection, lack of coaching. You ain't upset about that. You're upset that people think you got Juan fired. Well, we already know you made Juan broke. We already know you lost the church's money. Oh, God, now Candace is crying because Rob never apologized to her for throwing her husband under the bus. This is a true Austin tear-off. Let me get my triangle ready so I can, too, dab with you. And she's like, wait. I can get why Rob the Throb's tearing up, but why Candace crying? Because Candace has to make the moment about her. I have to say, I am impressed how quickly she got to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rob was crying from the time we left the car. Candace said, hold on, let me catch up. Is she giving Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or is it just the holiday season? Y'all let me know in the comments. But at least she ain't giving them Rob Dixon off tracks. Oh God, now Wendy and Mia getting into it. Wendy telling Mia don't add gasoline to the fire, but that's what Mia does. She wears size 16 shoes and adds gas to fires. Oh God, here come Gabrissi. She wouldn't have done what she did to Robin if she was a friend. And if you were a friend to Robin, you wouldn't have ruined her open house by getting into it with Monique. So let's not talk about who's not a friend. And I said that to you in your face at BravoCon. Ashley said Candace's cry angle is always a little too accessible, pulling it out of her tit like a $20 bill. It's musty, but it's there. Oh God, so Rob the Throb and Mia head outside so she can calm her vapors. Rob the Throb wants to be alone, but Mia gonna have her moment, honey. She wasn't walking after you, she was walking after a check. She's like, oh, plot line. Jesus, this heifer is always sitting on a damn curve. Girl, you've been on this show for 8 seasons. They can't get you a bench. They can't get you a folding chair. Wait, I'm sorry, Rob the Throb. See, you think Juan had a plan? You just said seeing him go through this with no plan. When has Juan had a plan that was successful after he got off the team? Also, if he hadn't done anything wrong, he'd have a plan, a coaching plan. It's an intense and emotional situation for you because you realize you stuck with his broke ass yet again. I'd be pissed too. You finally got your head above water and you can't keep your ass below. You thought you were getting to the Jefferson, but you still living them good times. So now Gabrissi comes out to check on Rob the Throb and she gets to talking to Mia. Back inside, Candace tells Wendy, I can't be friends with Rob the Throb if she thinks Gabrissi is the definition of friendship. So everybody goes for a little kayak except for Candace and Karen. But Rob the Throb says she's got to tell Juan what's going on the trip. Why? Juan don't tell you what's going on with other women. Oh God, did we really have to revisit Rob the Throb gulping again? Looking at that Adam's apple once was quite enough. So we get back to the hotel and Rob the Throb calls Juan. So Rob the Throb tells us Juan got a 15-month payout. But y'all ain't good with money and that's only gonna last you about 8 months. The way money spends these days. Juan said, I ain't talking to you, heifer. He said, my skin is crawling right now. I gotta go. Man, he is tired of you. Well, that was the shit, so let's get on to Merit to Medical.
Bussy in the morning, bussy in the evening, bussy at summertime. When you're grabbing bussy, you might end up doing time. Bussy in the morning, bussy in the evening, bussy at supper time. If you're grabbing bussy, you might end up doing time. Don't grab my bussy, don't grab my bussy. I'm your cameraman. I don't want to be anything more to you. I swear, don't grab my bussy. I'm not attracted to you. You look like Yoda and the Golem.